The Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Bet Insured.
Guys, it's 2026, and of course, the football continues, and also the Premier League action also continues. And I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome to another interesting episode of the Insured Zone podcast, brought to you by Bet Insured. Absolutely the biggest and the most intriguing sports prediction platform you can find anywhere in the world. I am FM Karika, and I have Kaka here coming back from the holidays. Kaka, how was the holiday?
The holiday was absolutely fantastic. I mean, Happy New Year to you, sir. Wow. It's good to be back to do what we do again. How are you doing?
Fantastic. I'm doing great. But then looking at the Premier League and the action, it's getting very, very interesting. And looking at the story coming out of Manchester United, Chelsea, these managers have left.
Yeah, they have. And I mean, it looks to be an interesting 2026 already.
Already.
Don't forget, it is the World Cup year as well. So, I mean, it's definitely promises to be an interesting year. Yes, these coaches have left, and I probably saw the Amorim one coming. I'm not so sure about the Maresca.
No one saw Maresca.
Yeah, it was brewing underneath, and I mean, they decided to put him out, and yeah, let's see the trajectory they continue. I mean, they have these conditions that they wanted him to work on that he was not so comfortable with. He had to leave. Amorim, on the other hand, I mean, I think after his press conference against Leeds United, I was probably sure he was going to get his sack. And yes, we see where both teams go from here. And I wish Maresca and Amorim best going forward in their coaching career.
Of course, the best wishes to both managers. But then, guys, don't forget to log on to www.betinsured.com. There you get interesting predictions across all sports. Remember, the AFCON is ongoing, and there you can also get interesting. You need to tap into these and get the big wins, and also from all other competitions across the world. www.betinsured.com is the platform where you can get the most assuring prediction anywhere in the world. And of course, for today, we'll be diving straight into the FA Cup, because this weekend is all about the English FA Cup, the oldest competition in the world. And straight into it, guys, without delaying, the first game we'll be talking about is the game between Charlton Athletic and Chelsea. Charlton Athletic from the Championship will be playing against Chelsea. Liam Rossellini at the end of our fear, how well can he hold this Chelsea side?
They probably wanted a yes manager, a manager that would just focus his football on the pitch. And, well, let's hope he can do that. To me, he's not proven yet, and I don't know if an unproven manager can handle the affairs of Chelsea Football Club. Coming into the FA game, these kind of games are very tricky.
Of course.
I mean, especially when you go away to this Championship side. Yeah, Charlton Athletic, on the other hand, they are not so in fantastic form. I think they sit 14th in the table, probably win in their last 10 games thereabouts. And for these games, we've seen a lot of upsets over the years,
and that is the beauty.
That is the beauty of the FA Cup. And well, at the end of the day, most of the times, I think quality always counts. Chelsea, you can pinpoint a second team to play these games, and they will probably go without scratch. But like I said, these type of games are very, very tricky. But I still expect Chelsea to come out with a win.
Of course, Chelsea expected to come out with a win, guys. Let's go to our prediction of this game between Charlton Athletic and Chelsea. Of course, we have predicted a straight win for Chelsea at 1.40 odds, 1-2 the predicted scoreline, and second half over 1 at 1.25 odds for the expert prediction. And straight on to the next, Manchester City will be taking on Exeter. Yes, Manchester City versus a side like Exeter. We expect an absolute win for Manchester City in this one.
Yeah, we do. Well, of course we do. Like I said, it's quality at this point. Manchester City, on the other hand as well, can afford to give rest to a lot of players. And, you know, with the home comfort at the Etihad, Exeter City I think in League One, you know,
they are no match.
They are no match. They are not even in fantastic form as well. So, yeah, I mean, straight win for Manchester United and a lot of goals.
Of course, let's go to our prediction of this game between Manchester City and Exeter.
Yes, we have predicted goals in this one over 2.5 goals at 1.19 odds. 3-1 the expected scoreline, and the experts' prediction for this one is first half over 1 at 1.20 odds.
And of course, straight to the next game without wasting time. This is a really big one. And Manchester United at Old Trafford against Brighton in the FA Cup. And this is a side that has shown Manchester United a lot of troubles. And in this FA Cup, United with a new manager, we want to prove a point.
Yeah, they would. And you know, it's a different ballgame entirely, you know, under a new manager, and you know, he would want to make a statement, and these are the type of games you need to win to probably, you know, get a lot of support behind you.
Yourself.
You know, when you progress in these competitions and you do well, probably up. I mean, they are still up there in the league table. I mean, they are not so far off the top 4, probably 3 points, and yeah, playing at home as well. I wouldn't expect them to rest a lot of players. I'm not sure they have that luxury.
This is
it's huge. It's huge. They don't have the luxury of playing the so-called lower league side. And at the same time, I expect goals in this one. I expect Manchester United to go through.
Of course, Manchester United expected to go through according to Kaka. Guys, let's go to our prediction of this game between Manchester United and Brighton. Yes, we have predicted both teams to score at 1.53 odds. Both teams to score at 1.53 odds. 2-2, the predicted scoreline, and over 2 at 1.24 odds for the expert prediction. And straight to Liverpool we go. Yes, at Anfield, Liverpool will be taking on Barnsley. Of course, Liverpool, a lot of people had expected that maybe Ancelotti would have been the manager to get the boat, but hey, the story changed.
Yeah, exactly. I think Liverpool is a team that over the years they've always added, you know, to give their managers time. They've always given managers time, and I think he would come around. He would come around. I still don't think he should be judged. If he could win the league, I mean,
in this first
season, I don't think he's a bad manager. After, I mean, just like that.
But we can make an excuse of the tragedy.
Exactly. I mean, that was my first sentiment at the beginning of the season. That was my first sentiment. I never had them. A lot of people were having them to win the league, to be in the mix, and the psychological effect would definitely be there. I had it. I definitely saw that coming, and so kudos to them. They are human beings at the end of the day. Definitely they are professionals, but at the end of the day, they are human beings. Coming into the Barnsley game, Barnsley on the other themselves, they are not doing so well for themselves in the League One. Liverpool, the comfort. I mean, we saw it against Southampton in the Carabao Cup. They struggled a little bit. Despite playing at Anfield, it could have gone either ways. And I expect Barnsley to probably come at them. They have nothing to lose. So if they look at the Liverpool form and think, yeah, we probably have a go at them, we could have something. But hey, I still don't think they'll be a match for Liverpool.
Because they probably might not be a match for Liverpool. Talking about Barnsley. Guys, let's go to our prediction of this game between Liverpool and Barnsley.
Yes, we have predicted Liverpool to win at 1.16 odds, pardon. And the expected scoreline in this one is 2-1 in favor of Liverpool, and home over 1.5, home to score 2 goals at 1.20 is the expert prediction in this one.
And straight on to the next week. Oh, this probably is a fixture that, of course, back in the days would be a Premier League fixture. Talking about Portsmouth taking on Arsenal.
Yeah.
This will be, Pompey, the side that a lot of people, grew up watching, seeing in the Premier League, but then they are down the drain.
Yeah, they are down the drain, and it's unfortunate. Portsmouth used to be one of those backlist side then that used to give a lot of top teams a lot for their money then. But yeah, it is what it is. At this point, I think they are languishing in League One as well, and Arsenal, they are rampaging at this point.
Of course, side is quality.
They are in the form of their life, and I don't see Portsmouth. I was reading about them, and think they have a lot of injuries to a lot of key players, and I think that would dampen their chances. Like I said, a lot of these away matches at these lower league sides could be very tricky and stuff. But I don't think this one is the case. They have a lot of injuries to a lot of key players, and I don't Arsenal with the quality they have and the form they are.
Even the second team of Arsenal
exactly
they get the job done.
Exactly, they would get the job done.
Of course, guys, let's go to our prediction of this game between Portsmouth and Arsenal. Yes, so we have predicted a straight win for Arsenal at 1.22 odds, 0-2 the predicted scoreline, and a way over 1.5 at 1.30 odds for the expert prediction. And straight on to the last game we'll be talking about in the English FA Cup for this weekend. It's a Premier League affair between two sides that we see that they really have as players that can really go all out. Or talking about Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa.
Yes, Tottenham seems to be,
very inconsistent.
Is the word we've used a lot this season. And Aston Villa, on the other hand, and now this is where the dilemma comes in for Aston Villa. They're doing so well in third position in the league, and this is where the psychological effect comes in for Unai Emery. He doesn't really have the luxury to rest a lot of players,
of course.
And does he continue to challenge
for the Premier League,
and also he's in top team. And he's in Europe as well, doing so well there in the Conference League. On the other hand, these are couple games that you think you have a chance, of course. And now, when you rest a lot of players, it's definitely like it brings the quality of your side down, and this is where it gets tricky for them. Going away at Tottenham as well. Tottenham, on the other hand, will look at this fixture at home. Looking to probably get some wins, of course. They've been doing quite well. They win here, they lose here. When you ramp up some wins together, it gives the side a lot of confidence. So I expect both teams to probably be a little bit down when it comes to quality. And with the home advantage, I expect goals in this one. But I think Tottenham will go through in this one.
Of course, Tottenham probably will go through in this one according to Kaka, guys. Let's go to our prediction of this game between Tottenham and Aston Villa.
Yes, in this one, we've predicted both teams to score at 1.66 odds. At 1.66 odds, both teams to score. And the expected scoreline in this one is 2-1 in favor of Tottenham, and over 1.5 is the predicted experts pick at 1.24.
Still more to come. Let's go to the rest of our picks from the English FA Cup and also our bonus pick from the Italian Serie A and the Spanish La Liga. And of course, guys, don't forget the Lucky 12 free predictor is still on www.betinsured.com. There you stand a chance of winning $200. Yes, $200 if you can get 12 predictions correctly. And if you can get 8, 9, 10, 11 predictions correctly, there are compensations for you. This is huge. Don't miss out on it. And this is where we're drawing the curtain on the podcast for this weekend. Big thank you to Kaka. We'll be definitely doing this again next weekend.
Yes, definitely. Thanks for having me.
Of course, guys, remember on the Ensure Zone podcast, we don't just predict the future, we ensure it. Bye for now.